Salutations, Utopians. Hope all is well with everybody in the real world. I wanted to chime in on this Legarius Sneed. I just happened to be scoping last night Adam Scheffner's page when he dropped the news and got immediately to YouTube. I'm proud of myself. That's not an easy progression for me to immediately see news and say, hey, get to the YouTube channel. I'm still adjusting to being this YouTube life. And every day I'm trying to figure out ways to continue to get better and stepping in that direction. Forgive me. I know I got a lot of work ahead of me to do, and it's been a crazy couple months. I'm on a strict diet, one full meal a day, and then obviously I do a little bit of surrounding stuff, and I'm up from 4 a.m. to midnight. But we don't make excuses, we make moves. Let's get to it. The Legarius Sneed thing, I really wanted to wait to get all the details. What was crazy to me is how subsequently, right after the trade news, the contract was disclosed. 4 year, $76 million deal from the Tennessee Titans to Sneed. Obviously, the Chiefs were not ready to stand to do so. Him being 27 years old, having injuries to his lower extremity, the Chiefs are practicing or channeling their inner New England Patriots, doing the Bill Belichick way, get out early, better safe than sorry, and they weren't prepared to do so, so they ended up standing to save $20 million. Remember, Pat Mahomes did earlier a couple weeks ago a contract restructure where he also managed to move around 20 mil. That seems to be the magic number. Obviously, you're getting ready for the draft. There's a plenty of veterans from Stefon Gilmore to Xavier Howard, Tre'Davious White from the Buffalo Bills. There's names. Howard's from the Dolphins, Tre'Davious White Bills. Gilmore spent last season with the Cowboys. Prior to that, he was with the Patriots. I don't think that the Chiefs intend on signing any of those, but I did find it interesting that Xavier Howard disclosed to the media that he's willing to take a pay cut to play for a contender. With that being said, everything is up in the air, but they do got an elite drafting unit in there with the Kansas City Chiefs. I want to really fast forward the attention though to the Tennessee Titans, because that's who really matters right now, and that's because they're the ones who are ultra aggressive right now in free agency. They've made 6 key acquisitions from Murray Jr., the linebacker from the Chargers, who had. And here's why every one of these acquisitions are very interesting. People scoff at this a lot, but when you are in the AFC, which is the most competitive division to me between the NFC and the AFC, that is the most competitive. It's very telling when you see certain personnel go from place to place. Only Tony Pollard out of these moves was just an innocent, we just want this guy. There was no other reason besides we need to fill a void and it's time to change the mojo, move off Henry, get Pollard. It was disturbing to me that they basically are getting paid the same amount yearly, around $9 million, with incentives and everything. But guys like Ridley, who's got experience every day in practice with Trevor Lawrence, who's going to be a problem moving forward. Now that he's had a year removed from that horrendous rookie debut season under Urban Meyer, and now he's getting settled in with Doug Peterson. They went out and got themselves a real vertical threat. Gabe Davis is the third level type wide receiver. I like to look at it like in basketball, you got 3 level scorers. He's a deep ball specialist. He's that level 3 logo shooter type guy. And that's exactly how I look at Ridley. But him knowing Trevor Lawrence will help with the scout team defense. Sneed obviously knowing Pat Mahomes. I want you to tell you something. The Titans are spending more money right now on defense than they did on offense. And that's even with the $92 million to Ridley and the $9 million per to Tony Pollard. That's the 18th most expensive defense in the league. Their offense is the 29th most expensive. So that just goes to show you in a microcosm, and hence that segues into my next point. Because Will Levi is in his on a second rounder contract, they're kind of channeling their inner San Francisco 49ers with Brock Purdy. They got a bunch of capital they can spend. They're going to get on the offensive now. They like that 2 game window in particular where he completed 40 passes, 500 yards, 4 touchdowns, only 1 interception. And that was in a 2 game window with DeAndre Hopkins, who's kind of, I wouldn't say twilight, but he's definitely not a WR1. And so they went ahead and said, hey, let's go ahead and see what happens if we get some more weapons. They replaced Henry with a little bit more speedier back, shiftier back in Tony Pollard. This is a very interesting guy, Kuhnberry from the Broncos. But even more interesting was he played 17 games for the Broncos, so he's nothing to scoff at. They spent 50 M's on him. But even more interesting was the fact that he blocked for Joe Burrows at LSU, which segues into Awuzie, their QCB number 2 cornerback from the Bengals. He got to practice every day and watch Joe Burrows every day, and that is a very cold, calculated decision right there by the Chargers. A very meticulous, keen decision by the Titans front office to say, hey, let's go get these 2 guys who are going to help our scout team defense be able to prep week to week, because we know the Bengals are going to be a team that we got a gun for. Murray Jr. was with Herbert every day. These moves, Herbert, Lawrence, Mahomes, Burrows, these are moves that let you know what the Titans have in mind, and they feel more than confident to go forward with Will Levi. The future is very promising for the Titans, and I got a ton of respect. Kudos to them for going out and making their decisions and having their convictions. All right, Global. Utopians. I'm gonna keep it real short and sweet this evening. I'm gonna try to do better next time. Global out.